Do you remember that we were telling you that if Trump won this election, that there would be a mental health crisis in this country?
But it's time for me to leave the platform. I once believed that it was a place for honest debate and discussion, transparency and free speech. But I now feel it does not serve that purpose.
Do you remember that we were telling you that if Trump won this election, that there would be a mental health crisis in this country? One of the first indicators of that is the story I'm going to talk about today, which is these celebrities and media personalities all deleting their accounts on X and just leaving the platform. Let's start with the first person we will not miss, Deranged Reed.
Hey guys, so today I finally did something I've been meaning to do for a while. And the reason for doing it and kissing goodbye my 1.9 million followers over there is because I hadn't been posting for a long time. I just didn't want to contribute content once it was purchased by its present owner. But just having it there, I was only holding on to it because I, really didn't want someone trying to take over that name and using it for nefarious purposes. I was a little bit worried about that. And also every so often I would use it to just sort of look at news that was trending and what's happening. And I would just sort of use it as an aggregator. But I just realized that's not really worth it, because in order to do the news aggregation and just look at all, you have to wade through a lot of dreck and a lot of just abuse and a lot of just negativity. And it's just not worth it. And, I think that we sort of prioritize this, this idea of follower count and these, it's become a modern kind of, testament to your worth. And it really isn't, it's just about the quality of the interactions that you have and the communication that you have and what you can provide, the content that you feel like you can provide that's helpful. So one of the things that I really want to lean into on this app and on, the apps that I'm still on.
Okay, let me get this straight. So you delete your account, then you tell us that you deleted your account. You show us that you deleted your account. I mean, this is the mindset of people who have mental issues. And what I mean by that is, who gives a damn if you deleted your account, and why do you have to tell us? If you feel that convicted in your decision to delete your account, why would you announce it to the world? Clearly, you're doing it for one of two reasons. Clearly, you're triggered over what happened in the election, and your way to rebel and truly show who you really are and who you've been this entire time is to delete your account in a way to cancel or silence Elon Musk because he bought the platform. Because remember, these progressive, deranged individuals who truly do not ever want to debate, deal with discourse, they don't want to have conversation. It's either their way or the highway. This is who she is. So it makes sense that she deleted her account, because that is the go-to move for people who think that way. Now, she wasn't the only one. Check this guy out.
Hi, everyone. I have loved connecting with all of you on Twitter and then on X for all of these years. But it's time for me to leave the platform. I once believed that it was a place for honest debate and discussion, transparency and free speech. But I now feel it does not serve that purpose. In addition, starting this Friday, November 15th, X is implementing new terms of service, which, among other things, states that, quote, all disputes be brought exclusively in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Texas or state courts located in Tarrant County, Texas, end quote. The full terms of service can be found on my written statement or on the X website. Now, as the Washington Post recently reported on X's decision to change the terms, this, quote, ensures that such lawsuits will be heard in courthouses that are a hub for conservatives, which experts say could make it easier for X to shield itself from litigation and punish critics. I think that speaks for itself. You can find me on YouTube at The Don Lemon Show, or on TikTok and Facebook at Don Lemon, and on Instagram and Blue Sky at Don Lemon Official. I hope you will join me there. Thanks.
Okay, so the problem with his excuse, I get Joy Reid. She didn't really use it in the first place. Okay, and there's a new platform and she's triggered over the election. Okay, I can reason with that. This guy's trying to bring up terms of service because if you're going to go to litigation, it has to happen in the state of Texas. Okay, what does that got to do with anything? Why don't you just be honest? That's what I find funny about these individuals is people would respect you more if you were just honest. Hey, I don't want to be on this platform anymore. I don't feel like I'm welcome anymore. I feel like the right has taken over. I don't think the algorithm is showing me what I really want to see. Maybe one thing that they should do is probably delete their account, start over, and then choose what they want to see. But again, that would take someone who understands algorithms, and I know they don't. And yes, he is also going to that other platform that is a mirror image of old school Twitter. That's the analogy I'm going to use. But nobody's going to miss Deranged Reed or Don Lemon off of X. In fact, nobody's going to miss anyone who leaves X, okay? I mean, that platform is so huge. There's so many people you don't know, people small, people big, people famous, people not famous. I mean, there's so much abundance on that platform. I mean, no one's going to miss anybody, okay? But besides that, Don Lemon, nobody cares, And again, he's announcing it to the world. Not only did he announce it to the world, but look what he did. All right, so I actually had to search for someone who saved the image and posted it on their account because he posted this on his account. And then, I don't know, a few hours later or 6 hours later or a day later, he deleted it, of course, because his account is deactive. But in the letter, it says this: I've loved connecting with all of you on X, but it's time for me to leave the platform. And he basically repeats everything that he said in that video in a sense. But he also tells people where he could be found. Now, the problem with Don Lemon that I find to be very interesting is that, and I don't say this to be arrogant or cocky. I mean, but I get more views than him. I got more subscribers than him. I'm only saying that because he walks around as if he's the most important person on the planet. The way that he treated Elon Musk when he had a golden opportunity to truly launch his brand. Dude, you can believe in what you want to believe in. He could be a Democrat. No one cares about that. But it's about the way that he treated Elon Musk that really set the tone for his image online. It's terrible. I don't think he's going to really take off in the way that I would expect it for someone who has many years from CNN. But that's a whole nother thing, right? All right, now there are other individuals. They did not provide a video for us to watch, and they did not put out a statement, which is, I guess, good for them. Jamie Lee Curtis, Elton John, Mia Farrow, Whoopi Goldberg, The Guardian, which is a British newspaper, they left as well. Now, this begs the question, where are they going? Because what's been happening recently is they've been registering their accounts on this new social media platform called Blue Skies. Now, anybody can actually go to this website. You don't have to register. It's bsky.app. And as you can see, all of the never Trumpers, the progressive libs, the celebs, they're all on here now, right? Adam Kinzinger, never Trumper, Stephen King, deranged, Brian Tyler Cohen, an influencer, George Conway, of course. And I can keep going on and on with the names like Mark Cuban as an example, but here is the deal that people need to understand about all this, okay? Number one is that this is exactly what people on the left resort to, which is when they don't get to hear what they want to hear, either they're going to do a few things. Number one, they're going to move to cancel that person. Number two, they will not respond, right? They will stay silent. Or number three, they leave, right? And that's what they've elected to do after this election is really all three. We already have people coming out saying that this platform called X needs to be regulated by the government. Okay. 2, they don't want to debate over it. 3, they've left the platform and went somewhere else. So again, these people have zero credibility. In the name of democracy and free speech, you would think at a minimum, they would want to debate over this, right? They would want to engage in the discourse. And instead of trying to find common ground with one another, they do probably one of the most toxic, divisive things you can do, which is ghost people. So there you go. So here's a question for you. If Trump had lost this election, would you have deleted your account on X or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or TikTok? Let me know what you would have done. I know that's kind of maybe difficult to do when you don't know how it feels if he lost, but just as a hypothetical, what would you have done? Would you have deleted your account too? Put your answer in the comments section below. Regardless of whatever that answer is, explain why as well. Now, of course, for me, I would not have deleted my account. In fact, majority of my feed is people I disagree with. And the reason why I see their posts is because I engage with it, which brings me to my final point here. Is the only reason why the algorithm shows you what you see is because that's what you've given your attention to. If you see something that you don't want to continue to see, don't click on it, don't watch it, don't leave a comment, don't engage. In fact, in most cases, especially on X, if you do see it and you did click on it, you can always hit the 3 dots and then choose do not recommend this information to me again. Do not show this account to me again. And then X will stop showing accounts that are similar to that. But most people don't take the time out to actually understand this, or I guess learn the algorithm. I mean, you're not really expected to learn algorithms. I get it. But that's generally the way that it works. It shows you what you give your attention to. So what's the bottom line here? All of these libs and people who are caught in their feelings over the election, they're complaining that their feed is showing them a bunch of toxic stuff. Well, it's because that's what you engage with. But that is my opinion on this. Let me know what yours is. Answer that question. What would you have done if Trump had lost the election? Would you have deleted your account? What do you think about what Deranged Reed had to say as her reasoning or excuse? Now, Don Lemon, I already know what you're thinking. That guy, it doesn't take much effort for him to humiliate himself, right? And then the other names that I have given you where they didn't even have anything to say. They just deleted their account and they're gone. And what about that new platform that I showed you? What do you guys think of that? Old school Twitter, mirror image. Now it's going to be a far left platform, clearly. Let me know what you think about all that. Now, one bombshell that did drop today was the nomination of RFK Jr. And let's just say CNN did not take it very well. In fact, Jake Tapper himself, he just loses it completely. He started going into attacking RFK personally. And CNN is already ahead of it. They're bringing on multiple people to diminish this nomination so that they can kill it. But anyways, if you guys want to see me react to that, you can click on that video because it's coming up right now.